part 2 of our Whiskey of the Year. Hold on to your seats because it's about to get crazy. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to finish up our top 20 list with our top 10 whiskeys, ryes. Actually, I don't think we have any ryes in the top 10.
No ryes.
Don't even know that we have any whiskeys in the top 10. I think we have all bourbons in top 10.
Sure, we'll go with that. With all that being said, we did things a little different this year. Normally, Dave and I do everything together and we try to figure it all out and everything else. This year for the top 10 though, we did it separate.
Yeah.
So we went through, we got our top 10 together. We went through individually. I was not here, he was not here, like whenever each other was doing it.
Yeah.
We individually ranked them. And then from there, we combined the list together. Lowest score wins. So that's how we end up getting to our top 10. And it is wildly different.
It is wildly different. There are some things similar, but there are a lot of things different.
There's a lot of things different.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I do agree. There were some things we had bunched up in the middle. There were some things towards the end that was kind of like easy.
I don't even know that we had anything in the exact same order. I don't think we did.
Actually, I think you're right. I don't think we had anything.
Nothing was in the exact same order, but that's kind of the way it is.
We didn't pick one thing like exactly. We had some stuff that was close.
Yeah.
But nothing that was...
We'll talk through our 10 consensus of what we came up with.
Yep. All right. Number 10. Bardstown Bourbon Company, Discovery 11.
Is this the first time Discovery's been in our top 10? I believe it is.
Maybe.
I think it is.
Probably.
I think it's the first time. They have had a good year.
They have had a good year.
Between releasing the Origin series and all that good stuff and starting their single barrel program, they have really killed it this year.
Yeah.
I have a single barrel. We have a single barrel that was given to us as a channel, the Detroit Whiskey Society one.
Yeah.
I have one. He has a couple of them. Like, we keep talking about we keep talking about Bardstown because we love it so much. We hope that it starts to catch on with you all because we just love what they do.
That's true.
And Discovery 11 is, to me, the flagship of what they did this year.
It's just awesome. At the end of the day, especially for you turkey fans out there, I think this is incredible. I think this is just, it is, I can't express to you guys. I know there's a lot of people out there who've never had 3 and 4. This is the closest thing, not in the sense of the profile, but the quality of it. And so go out there, get one of these. Good thing is these are still findable. These are going to be the most findable thing on this list.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. So awesome. Are you taking it? Am I taking it?
Yeah, you take it.
All right, I'll take it.
All right. Number 9 too far out.
Oh, too far. There we go.
Number 9 on the list. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch C. I didn't know for me if this would be in the top 10 or not. But it qualified.
It does qualify.
I was kind of thinking it does hit a lot of those perfect heaven hill notes.
Yes.
And does hit that really nice quality that, we just really want Elijah Craig. But I was like, man, we got a lot of good bottles between 11 and 20 and then, our top 10 list.
Yeah.
It beats the crap out of a lot of bottles.
It really does.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Yeah, they did
Stags.
Yeah.
Russell's 13. A lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah. They did a really good job with this C. We generally, and you all, if you've watched this channel at all, you know that C is generally the batch we like the most. This one did not disappoint at all. I'm really happy with it.
All right. And then the next one. I'm honestly surprised this wasn't higher for us.
I agree with you. I'm surprised it wasn't either. And that is the highest place that Heaven Hill gets on our list this year. In comparison to last year when they dominated the top 5.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yep. William Heaven Hill, 17-year.
Yep.
Again, I thought for me this finished like 5th, and I think for you this is like 2nd to last.
Yes.
Again, I was just shocked, but this is still an awesome quality bottle.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And honestly, yeah, like what you're saying, it's like it's the best Heaven Hill that's came out all year.
Yeah, it's so good. It really is so good.
This one's going to be one of the other ones that was like, we had 2 bottles that were just radically on the other side of the spectrum for both of us.
Yes.
This was one of them.
Yeah.
So for me, this finished like 7th or 8th.
I think it was 8th.
8th.
You finished 8th for you, and it finished 3rd for me.
3rd for you.
This bottle, to me, like it just hit all the notes that I love a good double oak. I love it's smooth, it's rich in everything, and I just love this. And when we did the review of this, I thought this was going to be my bottle of the year because I just loved it so much. But it turns out didn't quite get there.
So here's what's really funny. Like, I remember the first time whenever I tried this, and the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, I was like, it's close, but you know, the 13th Colony is still better. But I was kind of like surprised. And then I tried that against a couple other ones. I don't want to say which one's in front, but anything that had like spice or any kind of like a super like oak spice, any kind of like spice note just would sit there and coat and dominate over those notes in it.
Yeah.
And it, like I was telling him, the proof was there, but it was just like, it was almost like,
this is too smooth.
Almost like there's like a palate thing there.
Yeah, yeah.
To where this is great, it's awesome, but then like certain notes.
You like those spice notes that really
it just it just beat
and
it.
This for me was like the smooth as a baby's butt. Like, I mean, that's what I liked about this one is that you had the proof all encompassed with a smooth, just like it coats so well. It's so good. But again, I don't hate it for being in the 6th, 7th spot or whatever it's in.
It would be the 7th spot.
Yeah, 7th spot. So
6th spot. Now, the next 3 that we're getting ready to talk about actually all tied.
They did all tied.
For us, they were just in different orders or whatever. Yeah. So really, like, we have them in order because we finally decided on one.
Yeah, we just kind of haggled through like, okay, this was this was this, so let's just kind of put them in this order.
But really, you could kind of rotate all 3 of them for us in a way.
Yeah.
Generations in the 3rd spot. I'll say this. Most expensive bottle on the list. And out of 27, 28 bottles, finished top 6. Not terrible.
Yeah.
Not gonna complain that at least it holds up with the price. In my opinion, this was the best Wild Turkey product I had all year. This was not the best Wild Turkey product on our list, though.
It's not. I thought when we reviewed this that this was my favorite, as much as I love the other one. But in a blind, for me, the other one took it. And we'll talk about the other one as it comes along.
Yep.
But again, this is really good, and I love it and hate it all at the same time. You all know my love-hate with this.
All right, top 5.
Top 5. Here we go.
Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. I'm not super shocked by this. Whenever I was sitting there trying it, I was like, man, this is just wanting to beat up on a lot of good bottles.
Yeah.
And this was kind of like the start for me. Whenever I tried it, I had this and the 13th Colony kind of going side by side. And I was like, it's not even close. This just smacks around 13th Colony. And I was shocked. Because I didn't think for me it would do that.
I think ours were different. I'm looking at this was for me right behind 13th Colony. Like when we chose them, this was 4 for me and 13th Colony was 3. They were really, really close. Kudos to Maker's Mark for going against their natural tendency, and that is just to make a good, consistent 7 to like 8, 9 year bourbon weeded that everybody in the world will want to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And branching out a little bit and going, let's offer something different. And they did it. And they took the chance, and it hit.
Oh, it crushed.
And there's nothing against this. For a while, again, before Generations, I thought this was going to be Bourbon of the Year for me.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out neither one of them were. But that just goes to show you, when you blind things and you start to drink through things, like your opinion changes and that kind of stuff. But again, kudos to Maker's Mark for like kind of killing it this year.
For me, I thought this bottle was going to be even higher than what it is. It's in the number 4 spot.
It's really good, though.
Four Roses, 135th limited edition small batch.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. This finished second. And it was actually like a close second for me. I had a really kind of closer top 3. And then I had kind of like everything else.
Yeah.
This was actually very, very close for me for my favorite whiskey of the year. Or bourbon of the year, I guess I would say. And like I said, it pains me that's only in 4th.
Yeah, I had it lower.
This is, by the way, this is his, like, my version of 13th Colony. This is his 13th
This
Colony.
went 8th for me, and nothing against it, because it's really, really good.
Yeah.
I'd have nothing bad to say about it, but as I was stacking against everything else, it just kind of, for me, fell down the list a little bit. And again, I love Four Roses. I will never talk bad about Four Roses. So where it ends up is 4th on the list, but it's a solid 4.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fantastic. Number 3. I guess the ultimate winner of the best wild turkey bottle this year.
Yeah.
Single Rickhouse.
Single Rickhouse.
I want to make sure I say this right. Camp Nelson F.
Yeah.
Honestly, a little surprised he got up here this high.
I'm not surprised.
He is not surprised. Why are you not surprised, Dave?
Because this is my bourbon of the year. Like, on my list, this has been my favorite bottle since I tried it. I honestly thought that this was my favorite bottle after I tried this, but once we blinded them, they were close. Honestly, the two were close. But the Single Rickhouse won for me. And I feel like Wild Turkey's had such a great year this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was my favorite all around. Flavor profile, proof, all the things. It is as close to a perfect bourbon as you can get.
It's really good. It's still, to me, it still has that dusty note of a dusty Wild Turkey.
Yes.
That I've never gotten from anywhere else outside of literally a dusty turkey.
Yeah.
But that artificial dusty note in there is still what sticks out to me. It's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy it's where it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Number 2. King Kentucky, 16-year. I don't even know what else to say.
It's his number 1.
It was actually my number 1, yes. It was my number 1.
It's always his number 1.
Pretty much.
I
mean, it is my profile. Like, it is the profile that I know and I love and I cherish.
I like this. I like last year's better, the 15-year better. For whatever reason. I thought every 15 that I had was good last year, and I think I had 3 or 4 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
The 16 I've had, this one is really good, and I've had another one that wasn't great. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't great. But again, it's King of Kentucky. It's good. It lets you know that you're drinking it and all that good stuff.
Traditionally with Kings, it's all these dark chocolate notes that you love. This one actually is a little off profile, a little different. Has a lot more rich oak, has a lot more darker fruits.
Yeah.
It's just delicious.
Yeah, it is really, really good. Again, it's 2. Like, collectively, it's 2. There's nothing bad about it.
Number 1?
Number 1, and I mean, honestly speaking, it came out at the beginning of the year.
It was my number 3 on my list.
Yeah.
Your number 2.
My number 2.
We've been talking about it all year long.
It is the Michter's 10-year bourbon. I don't know what else to say about it other than
it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Perfect.
And this is the A batch. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all really good.
They're all really good.
People hype them up all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the A's or whatever. The A's were the first ones to get reviewed.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, that's why. Because I have other ones that I've had that are either open or whatever. I haven't had a bad one yet.
Yeah.
So
Michter,
the A's awesome.
Congratulations to Michter's. You all on your 10-year. And these don't always hit. They're always decent, but they don't always hit.
In my opinion, I know there's a couple of older years that people would say are maybe better. I think this year's the best.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. I am not upset that this is number 1.
No. I'm not upset about anything 1 through 10.
No, not at all. But, looking through this, I don't know halfway through the year if I thought this would be number 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
As we were going through it, but I'm not. I don't hate it that it's number 1. Like, as a matter of fact, like, I love this bottle. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that it did, and it just goes to show you that you don't have to always have a high proof to always.
That is true.
To always have a good bourbon.
That is true.
And
just for your number 2 spot, you have to have high proof.
Yeah, yeah, just number 2 spot. And that just goes to show you, like, good bourbon is good bourbon. Don't get caught up in the proof, get caught up in the flavor. And the flavor of this and the profile of this just hits in every way good possible. And even though it wasn't number 1 on either one of our lists, collectively between the two of us, it is number 1.
That's what averages out.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our list. Let us know in the comments below what's your favorite bourbon, whiskey, rye, whatever it is of the year. And hit that like, subscribe, notifications button.
Until next time,
we'll see you.
We'll see you.